Welcome to the Velvet Room.
What is your purpose in this? What is your place in this? There's gonna be a fuck ton of me reading, isn't there? Which is great, because reading out loud is a thing I'm terrible at. I've been leaving the music room, but now I'm sitting in the Velvet Room for some reason. Margaret greets me with her usual smile. This room truly is mysterious. But why would she summon me like this? Margaret sees my suspicious expression and speaks up.
Things have only just begun, and yet you already seem tired. The misfortune that has befallen you can be thought of as a sort of trial.
A trial?
I want to know the details behind her words, but I know that she won't answer me even if I ask. Inhabitants of the Velvet Room never reveal everything. They should! It'll make things so much fucking easier! That's because they can only watch over the choices their guests make. Margaret's smile broadens as she sees that I don't intend to ask her anything.
Indeed. I am an observer on your journey. I would do nothing so thoughtless as to force you to
Well, I
make
mean,
choices.
no, but you will kiss me. I mean, I'm just saying, I've seen them end of your S-Link. You will kiss me. Outside the Velvet Rooms with my eyes closed, of course, because sin. Because kissing is sinful. But still.
You do not need such provocations. I already know that you shine brilliantly enough.
This shine she speaks of. Could it be about my ability to use personas?
Yes, that is part of your
Can you just
brilliance.
hear? Can you just hear his thoughts now?
Personas are masks of resolution, strengthened by controlling one's heart, by forming bonds. You understand this well, don't you?
Yeah, that's how we all fought up till now.
Yes, indeed. But one's heart is intangible. It cannot be seen and cannot be felt. When polished, it releases a strong light unlike anything else. But it can also be clouded by trivial things. Have you ever felt that way? You may be more conscious of that fact than most, because you hold the power of the wild card.
Margaret's voice fades away as she answers me.
From here on, you will be forced to re-examine the things you know as bonds. How will you face the changes to come, and what choices will you make?
When I open my eyes again, I'm in the high schools. What? I'm in the school's hallway. Oh god. Ugh. I turn around and see the door to the music room is closed behind me. Was I only summoned to the Velvet Room in spirit? There's no way for me to figure out what just happened. But I think back on what Margaret has told me.
Changes, huh?
Even though the people of the Velvet Room avoid saying much, what little they do say always has meaning. Well, it's true that Margaret has said some strange things while I've known her. But she's never said anything meaningless while on duty. I would assume... Again, like, the fact that these don't have borders, it just looks and feels wrong to me. I can't be the only one. I would assume that this would be the case right now. I may have to keep her words to heart. It looks weird. It just looks so weird to me. In any case, I need to concentrate on this case for now. I'm sure I'll understand the meaning behind what she said when the time comes. I must proceed. Though this bizarre place looks like nothing like the real Yasogami High I intended, the building seems strangely familiar as I run through it. Teddy had appeared at the monitor in the music room. From the looks of things, he appeared to be behind what was happening. But I'd heard Risei's voice over the school's PA system before my fight with Yosuke. If this school works anything like the real one, I can make a good guess as to where Teddy and Risei
Might
are.
be the announcement room.
But of course, things aren't that easy. Those invisible walls keep getting in my way wherever I go. Seems that some of these walls don't let anyone through, no matter if they've won or lost their fights. Every single time I run into one, I'm forced to take another path. It's like my route is already set for me.
I feel like I'm being led somewhere.
I stopped for a moment in the hallway outside the practice building and muttered to myself while I took a look around. Who is... no. Where are they trying to lead me? And at that moment...
there! You're one of them participants in that there Grand Prix thing, right?
I don't even know who the fuck that is. A voice I don't recognise at all breaks me from my... what is that word? Reverie. What is... I need to Google what the hell reverie is. I instinctively jump back and draw my sword in surprise.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's the big idea? You could poke someone's eye out swinging that thing around.
What is that accent? What is that accent? I turn and see a girl that I've never seen before. Was she part of that crowd? No. She looks like a real person. She was caught by surprise when I suddenly pointed my weapon at her. Although she flinches, her words don't lose any of their intensity. How bold of her. That may seem like an odd thing to say, but it was suddenly across my mind. But this girl doesn't seem to have any intention of attacking me. I sheath my sword, but remain cautious.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Sorry ain't gonna cut it. What were you gonna do if you hurt one of the students here, huh?
Is she from Boston? Hey, forget about it. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. Like, why? Why? Why have we just got a random Bostonian here? Go home and eat your chowder. Go home and eat your chowder. That's all the Boston stereotypes I've got now. I'm done. I got that out of my system.
You can't go pulling that stuff without student council approval. Alright, the jig is up. I'm putting the kibosh on this tournament right now.
Fucking kibosh. Oh my god, such a Bostonian thing to say as well.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. I'm not in this because I want to be. I'm trying to stop the tournament.
I'm trying to act non-threatening, but this girl continues to glare at me. Who in the world is this girl? She's wearing a Yasogami High uniform. She says something about the student council, but I don't recognize her. You don't encounter people here in this world that often. If a person is here, then they're either a Persona user or a...
Why are you here, by the way? Wait, did you fall inside a TV?
That's right. I might have put it a little differently, but if she can't enter a TV herself, the only possibility is that someone threw her in. That was what was happening with the murders last year.
All inside a TV? What kind of nonsense is that?
She's not aware of it. But if she was a Persona user, I don't see why she'd hide the fact. If she was trying to keep it from me, then she wouldn't have come to talk to me like this. Then, does that mean she's a victim after all? I carefully choose my words to avoid provoking the girl, and introduce myself.
I'm Yu Narukami. I was a second year at Yasogami High until last year.
Huh? Last year? But that uniform.
Oh no, this is kind of my usual equipment when I'm in the TV world.
Equipment?
Never mind. Forget it.
Well, if you were only around till last year, I ain't gonna blame you for not knowing. I'm the new student council president. Nice meeting you.
The student council president. If I remember correctly, the student council elections should have taken place just before the holidays. I have no knowledge of who won any of those elections since I left Inaba before they took place. That reminds me, I didn't have any friends on the student council last year either. This girl may very well have been the president. No reason not to believe her.
Now it's your turn to spill. You said you ain't in the tournament because you wanna be. Then what are you doing here? And what's this tournament about in the first place?
I feel that if I don't explain things very clearly to her, it will only provoke her further. But trying to tell her everything about what's going on here, or only confuse her. I leave out the fact that this place is inside the television, and tell her about the other things that are going on. First, I tell her about Teddy. That friend of mine is likely the one who set up this tournament. Second, I encountered some of my friends who were dragged into this place as well, but they were acting strangely. And third, that my cousin, Nanako, still at elementary school, may have been dragged into this mess. The girl calling herself a student council president seems skeptical while I talk, but eventually she sighs.
So if I got this right, you didn't start this, but your friend did. Well, you don't seem like you're lying.
It just seems so out of place that there's just a random Boston accent here. Like, what was her accent in the Japanese? Like, was it like Okinawa or something? Like one of the quote-unquote hillbilly Japanese regions. It was like, it's so weird. It seems like she somehow grasped the gist of what I was trying to say. I thank her out of politeness, but she laughs and asks why I'm thanking her. There's still one more there's still one more difficult task left at hand. How do I make her understand that all this is within another world, one accessed by going through the television screens? She still appears to be energetic, but it doesn't change the fact that she's in danger. I have to get her out of this world no matter what.
Hey, that sounded like it came from the gym. I ought to tell you to go home, but I get that you're worried about your sis. Come on, let's go check it out.
We both start running at the same time. I reach my full running speed when something occurs to me. Why did she just show up? I'm surprised to see Miss President keeping pace right beside me. Just standing still in this world would be strenuous for a normal person, but she doesn't seem out of breath. She's quite impressive. I take a moment to quietly praise the girl running next to me. She's fucking from Boston. I can't get over that. We burst into the gym, where all the noise came from, but there's no one here. Instead, we see huge piles of stacked chairs. They're twisted and intertwined everywhere on the open floor of the gym, forming huge towers that reach almost the ceiling.
What is this? Who'd go to all this trouble?
The girl stares up at the chairs, seemingly dumbfounded. Suddenly, the monitor in the gym flickers to life. And as I expected, Teddy appears again, in that costume.
Oh, are you on a hot date, Sensei? Well, that's fine with me, of course. But shouldn't you keep your mind on the fighting? Whoa, you look so mortified. That's the face I was hoping to see.
He's not saying anything completely. Oh, okay. If everyone's saying stuff that we're not hearing, right? I can imagine that Teddy's just like, okay, Sense, stop, stop. Why are you fighting? Stop. And we're just hearing like this. We're hearing this shit. Yeah, see, he's not saying anything completely straight. He's obviously hinting that he knows I'm worried about Nanako. I know that saving Nanako is important, but I can't leave Miss President here alone. Don't even ask her name. And abandon her in this world either. Still, I thought Teddy's words causing me to doubt myself. And Miss President raises her voice.
Hey, you! You're the ringleader of this mess, aren't you? What's the idea? Raising a ruckus like this without running it by the student council. Pack it in and clean all this up already.
She speaks as fast as clearly as she had when I first met her. After getting a clear look at her, I feel like I've come to realise where she gets her courage from. She truly wishes to protect her school. The strong awareness of her duty is surpassing her fear. But Teddy on the monitor looks annoyed and sneers at Miss President. Ask her her name! It's incredibly detestable. I can't believe that Teddy can even make such a malicious expression.
What's that tiny thing? I'm in the middle of an important conversation with Sensei. A yappy little mutt like you should be muzzled and sit in the corner. Sit, puppy, sit.
He has absolutely no intent in dealing with her seriously. Miss President turns bright red in humiliation from being brushed off like that. This is enough. I take a step forward to put myself between the monitor and Miss President.
I'll take it from here. It's alright. There's nothing to worry about.
Miss President's lips are trembling. She must be angry, but there's nothing she can do herself. I don't want to let those feelings continue, so I turn to face Teddy on the monitor.
That was pretty harsh, Teddy. Hard to believe a womanizer like you would say such things.
Huh, what's so attractive about a shameless liar like her?
Liar?
Liar? You know something about her?
The way he said that makes it sound as if there's some history between the two of them. But as usual, he doesn't bother to give any details in his answer.
Come on, Sensei. Your opponent's getting tired of waiting for you. With the next challenger, come on down!
After that line, another cloud of smoke rises from the floor. But this time, it is Yukiko who appears.
Oh, thank goodness you're safe. What's the matter?
It's nothing. Are you alright? Has anything odd happened to you?
Odd? No, I don't think so.
Yukiko seems alarmed to see me in defensive posture. I feel my shoulders relax in relief as I shift my weight to stand normally. It seems that she hasn't been affected like Yosuke had. I didn't think it'd be so tense though. I guess make the words bordered. It's like next thing you know, it's gonna be fucking Comic Sans or some shit. Like this looks wrong to read. No, that's Yukiko. Remember, she's as sharp as always. Yukiko is never sharp. Come on. Exactly when we need her. If she's not being confused, there we go. If she's not being confused, then I can immediately ask her for help. I try to explain what I need from her.
Nanako might be in here. I'm heading to the announcement room where Teddy is. I need you to protect this girl from me. She might be a victim of all this.
I motion towards Miss President standing next to me. Yukiko looks at me in surprise. I don't blame her though. But what Yukiko said next was even more surprising.
Why do I have to do that? It's not like I know her or anything.
I'm not going to help her because I don't know her. Is that really what she said? No, it's not. I can understand what she might be cautious when meeting someone for the first time, but would Yukiko really think that way? It's got to be the same as with Yosuke. The same uncanny sense of wrongness is coming back to me when I heard Yukiko speak.
Yukiko, not you too. Calm down and listen to me. Can you understand what I'm
Why
saying?
even bother?
Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? I can hear you clearly. What did you mean by you too?
When I try to question her, Yukiko's expression returns to normal. I can't tell anymore. She doesn't look like she's being controlled by someone. Am I overthinking this too much? At the very least, she doesn't seem enthusiastic about this P1 Grand Prix.
This is probably a trick the enemy is playing on us. They're trying to get us to fight each other. I'll say it one more time, Yukiko. I'd like you to protect this girl for me.
Sorry, but I don't know how to put this. It just feels like you're being really selfish. You always help people who have nothing to do with you, and I admire that. But where does that leave us? It's always your friends who get put in danger because of your self-centeredness.
Ooh. Ooh. We're going places. We're going places. Ooh. I'm used to hearing her voice, but her words are scathing. I'm convinced now. There's no obvious change in her attitude like there had been with Yosuke, but something must be warping Yukiko's words too. Her words may seem like the sound an argument, or a sound argument, but she means something else. I don't care if someone who isn't related to me gets hurt. And that's definitely not something Yukiko would say. A real Yukiko would never say something that disrespects the value of life that way. Don't be deluded. Whatever has happened, Yosuke is happening to Yukiko too. I don't understand the details, but Yukiko hasn't had a complete change of heart.
Yukiko.
What the? Yukun?
You're just calling me Yukun now. Like, I'm aware how this stuff works in Japan. To call someone a nickname like that, not by their surname, but by their first name, and then shorten it. That's awfully friendly. We just met. I don't even know your name. That's awfully friendly, Bostonian girl. I know who she is. I know who she is. I will be entirely honest. I am fully aware who this girl is, but we're gonna go with the story. Well, I say fully aware. I know her name. I know her name and her relevance to a character. That's it. When I draw my sword, Miss President quickly tries to stop me. But I can't answer her right now. If a battle will clear up this pointless misunderstanding between us, then it's time to fight now.
Ooh, now that's our senpai. You'll show no mercy, not even to a girl if it's for your own goals. You're a real bastard with a sister complex. Keep it up and bring them all down.
I don't know if I love the change in her and Teddy or if I hate it. Because it's both are interesting as all hell. I ignore the taunts being delivered by Brise's voice. Even if our words are getting through to each other, we have to fight without understanding of what's going on. We'll come to an understanding later. I have to believe, both myself and my friends. I hold my sword to the sides to protect Miss President, who is standing behind me.
Sorry, but you need to stay back. Whatever you see here, try to stay calm. Promise me you won't run away.
What happens next will probably surprise her greatly, but I doubt Miss President will run away. She's already shown me how strong her determination is. I glance at her over my shoulder. Although she looks worried, she still gives me a slight nod of agreement. Now, time to do this. I must end this as quickly as possible.
Persona!
I concentrate all my senses to summon strength of heart. My persona, Izanagi. Again, why is it not Izanagi no Okami? If I allow myself to go easy on Yukiko, she will surely defeat me. Yukiko smiles faintly and takes her battle stance. She resists the idea of protecting Miss President, but she seems to have no qualms whatsoever about fighting me. There's definitely something else controlling her.
Come, Konohana Sakuya.
Yukiko's black hair forms graceful arcs in the air as her persona, Konohana Sakura, rises behind her. That's right, usual Yukiko should have a beautiful heart like this. Wait for me. I will save you. Alright. Questions? Yeah, sure, why not? Bookmark it. The date is still weird, but okay. She's a projectile character, isn't she? Because she's all about that magic.
Final.
Over here! Over here!
Okay, alright, yep, alright.
Over here! Over here! Over here!
The fact that you can dash through the episode is actually pretty dope. There we go.
A round of applause for both sides.
Like if the episode is charging at you, you can dash through that shit. That's actually good. Although, then the question is, what's better? Breaking their persona or dashing past them to hit them? It's a give and take. It's a give and take. You gotta balance that shit. I'm talking like I know what I'm doing. I'm talking like I'm an expert at this shit. I'm not.
The winner is you, Senpai! What an utter thrashing!
falsity!
I see the pun there. I see the fuck. I swear to God, Teddy.
These cocky, self-righteous friends showing how they really feel by beating the crap out of each other. That's the real thrill of the P1 Grand Prix!
I don't care to hear any more of Teddy's jests. I still have reservations about fighting against my friends, but I now know that there's no way to save them. I'm resolved to do what must be done. Also, there's no knowing if Teddy and Rise are being affected by this, just like... I brought that up! If they are, then there's no use trying to talk to them through the monitor like this. That's the conclusion I've come to, but Miss President seems to have other ideas.
How much further are you gonna push this? Why are you doing it anyway? These guys are friends! What's so much fun about making friends fight each other?
Miss President vents her frustrations at Teddy's image on the monitor, but I was a bit surprised at how she worded it. She seemed more upset that he was making friends fight each other, and not why he had dragged the entire school into this mess. We've only just met, but she clearly sympathises with us and understands the pain we're going through. I'm embarrassed, but proud at the same time. A girl such compassion would be a great student council president. It's no wonder she was elected to represent the school body of Yasogami High.
It's alright. Thanks, though.
It's not alright! This is...
She's still worked up, and she lashes out at me. Perhaps her heart is just a little too honest, but her anger sets my mind at ease. She's right. What General Teddy is doing right now cannot be forgiven. I glare at the monitor.
Sorry, but you're not getting your wish.
What?
Did you think this would be all it took to break us apart? That it would make us hate each other? Sorry to say, but that's a huge mistake on your part. I believe in my friends. They'll never get taken in like that.
You're so stupid! What kind of sensei are you?
I'm warning you now. If you really are Teddy, then we'll get you back to normal no matter what it takes. Even if it costs us our lives. But if you're an imposter, hiding behind Teddy's face, I will make you pay for toying with us.
Teddy scoffs, then turns around. The monitor suddenly switches off. Suddenly turning on us, without any sign of remorse. Not like Teddy at all. No, he's most likely not the real Teddy. Seeing the anger in his face only strengthens my suspicions. Someone must be taking Teddy's form to make it look like he's the one committing these acts.
That girl's come around.
I immediately rush to Yukiko's side.
Yukiko, are you alright? I'm sorry I couldn't go easy on you.
No, it's okay. You aren't your usual self, but I could tell by your eyes that there was something going on. I'm sorry too. Did I hurt you?
Kinda, yeah. I sure wouldn't want to get into it with you again.
I try to pass it off as a joke, but we look at each other and laugh. Things are going the same way as they had with Yosuke. Again, I just want to know, how does the P3 cast fit in here? That's all I want to know. It's becoming clear now.
Hey, did I say things that offended you earlier?
Yes. You did.
Yukiko hesitates, as if even remembering the difficult experience. What in the world did my illusion say to her? I bet it was something horrible. Whoever's doing this certainly found the most annoying way to get us to fight. But what was I supposed to say? Yeah, but what I supposedly said to her doesn't matter. Yukiko is still hesitant to bring it up, so I tell her not to worry about it.
I don't need to know what I said. I just wanted to see if my guess was right. It looks like our enemy has the power to confuse our senses. My first opponent was Yosuke, and he told me a similar story after we fought.
Huh? You said something bad to Yosuke-kun too? What did you tell him?
You sure you want to know?
If I'm the only one admitting to what happened, that's not fair, is it? But that curiosity It's a lie. Yukiko, I know. I evade the issue with a smile and call out to Miss President, who's standing behind us.
What kind of people are you?
Oh, right. We used our personas.
Yeah, we should at least explain to her what's going on.
She did see everything that had happened. This would be a good opportunity to tell her everything. I introduced Miss President and Yukiko to each other and fill in the parts that I had left out with my previous explanation. Ask her name! I tell her about personas. I tell her that we're actually in a world inside television. And I tell her how the scenery here changes according to the hearts of the people who enter it. She looks doubtful while I'm talking, but considering that she's just seen the personas only moments ago, she doesn't immediately deny it. Still, it seems that she can't accept it all either. She crosses her arms as if lost in thought. On the other hand, it seems that Yukiko didn't know that Yasogami High had a new student council president either. Yukiko apologized for not having paid attention to the elections in April.
And that's it in a nutshell.
So, that's what you meant by falling into a TV.
Yeah, which makes me believe this school could be a part of your mind that's materialized.
This school came from me? That's a lot to swallow.
I'm not surprised. Why is it different this time around, though? Usually the victim's shadow appears first.
That's right, I had doubts about that too. There's a reason why it's dangerous for people who can't use their personas to enter the world. Besides the obvious reasons, such as not being able to escape and being unable to protect themselves from shadows, a person's shadow separates from them. The shadows that are split off are supposedly attached to the original people they came from, and will try to harm them and try to become independent entities. I hadn't given much thought since Miss President seemed so energetic, but it's still possible that this has happened to her as well. I put this together with a conversation I had with Teddy a moment ago and come to a conclusion.
Teddy who's hosting this tournament. What if he's actually this girl's shadow?
Huh?
I noticed he got agitated when I called him an imposter. A fake Teddy would mean he's someone else using Teddy's form.
I see. If this place reflects Miss President's heart, her shadow must be here. And right now, the strongest candidate is...
But then what about Rise? And where is Kanji? That's right. If we both saw an illusion, then at the very least the enemy has the power to delude our senses and make us see and hear things that aren't there. On top of that, it can alter what others hear us say and see us do. If it can do that, then I can easily see that our enemy can use that power to change its appearance. That means it could be impersonating Teddy and leading this tournament. That still leaves the question as to why it would take the appearance of someone who doesn't know. I've seen shadows in the past take on bizarre appearances. This is the first time I've seen one impersonate an existing person. Does the shadow have some kind of objective? When I come to my senses, I see that Miss President has turned pale and is staring down at the ground. All this talk of shadows and another world doesn't seem to be reaching her, but she seems troubled at the thought that she might be causing all this trouble. I'm about to tell her that the actions of her shadow aren't her fault, and Miss President raises her feet.
I'm gonna check out the announcement room. That General Teddy's behind the whole shebang, right? And if he came from me...
The whole shebang! My god, this is amazing.
Then I gotta own up to the responsibility. A student body president, I can't let this go.
I love the way she talks. The fact that the fact that it's so out of place. It's so out of place with everyone else.
Wait, you're being reckless. We'll take care of the shadow. You need to...
What? Get out of this TV world? And how am I supposed to do that? Go on. Show me the door.
I love her. She's great.
Well...
Her eyes are filled with fires of determination, just as they had been when I first met her. Her sense of responsibility and her awareness of her duty says that she will never back
Your
down.
little cousin's in the announcement room. And you're gonna go save her, right? I might not be as strong as the two of you, but I'm no slouch in a fight.
So how is she allowed to walk around if she's not in the competition? Why is she even here if she's not in the competition?
Wouldn't it be better if we went together?
No, don't you understand? This world is...
I know it's dangerous, but there's gotta be something only I can do to help. Hell, that aside, I can't leave after causing so much trouble. Making friends fight each other. I'm going on ahead. You don't want to waste time arguing, yeah?
Miss President declares this in a voice that brooks no argument and takes off running. Yikes, I wasn't expecting her to behave rashly like this. I remember how far she can run. If I'm going after her, I need to go at once or I'll lose her.
Please, you have to go after her.
Yukiko sees me hesitate and knows exactly what to say. She's right. There's so much we don't understand. There's no way the investigation team can let a victim run off and die. Yukiko ignores the fact that I'd be leaving her alone and tells me to follow the girl whom she's only just met. This is the exact opposite behaviour she had been displaying before the fight. Now this is the Yukiko, now that is Yukiko I know. I'm ashamed to have slightly let myself be confused by the way I heard her speak before, and I answer her.
I believe in you.
Yukiko, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yukiko nods to me, and I turn and begin running as fast as I can. I have to rely on the faint echoes of footsteps ahead to pursue Miss President through the school. I can't use my memories of the school in order to navigate because the invisible walls are everywhere, but the announcement room is upstairs. That obviously limits the paths she can take. I will catch up with her no matter what. I've been running after Miss President for a while, but I still can't catch sight of her. She's so fast, it's almost supernatural. I even begin to think that her path may not be hindered by invisible walls. Wait a second. Now that I think about it, she's not a participant in the P1 Grand Prix. She didn't appear in the introduction video, and even though she'd been here when I faced off with Yukiko, she wasn't affected by the rules. Could she be able to walk through these halls? Or should she be able to walk through these walls? If so, then catching up to her would be quite difficult. Just as I'm thinking this, suddenly a blue door appears in my path. I've seen this before. This is the entrance to the Velvet Room. I don't have time to deal with this, or so I think. But when I consider the timing of the appearance, I can't help but feel that there must be a reason for it. I make up my mind and reach out to the door. As I walk through the door, I feel a slight sense of lightheadedness and close my eyes reflexively. When I open my eyes, I'm seated in my usual position and Margaret smiling quietly at me as if nothing is different. When she sees that I've noticed her, she speaks as if aware of my impatience.
You seem flustered, but time has no meaning here.
Margaret politely points this out, knowing that I'm in a hurry. Time is meaningless, huh? I thought I had figured out a few things about this room, but it seems that there's still more for me to learn about it. If time doesn't pass while I'm in this room, then I should concentrate on what she's about to tell me. Once again, as if reading my thoughts, Margaret smiles.
It seems you've emerged victorious and have come away with a piece of the truth. Though you are in a garden of deceit, you have the vision to go forward. Very impressive.
Is that student council president's shadow really the cause of all this then?
Who can say? All I know is that you are getting ever closer to the truth. There is one thing I can tell you.
Margaret's golden eyes are fixed on mine.
If that girl's shadow is the cause of this misfortune, she will face her trial. But it's separate from your fate.
Yeah, I gotta keep recordings around 30 minutes because that was 40 minutes. That was 40 minutes. I need to devise a place, like a good system where to cut. I guess every time we get to a bookmark section where I save, cut recording. Just so things don't go on for too long. And then I got to work out where to cut the episode, so I'll probably do it like that. Like each bookmark section might be its own episode. We'll see. I'll figure it out.
You have your own trial to overcome. Keep that to heart.
My own trial.
I didn't mean to, but I repeat what Margaret had just said.
Everyone sees various things in you that draw them to you. Salvation, hope. I myself find fascination in watching over you.
Oh, I'm aware.
Fate may not be the author of your trials, but you are destined to be tested.
Margaret smiles mischievously and nods towards me. Another slight feeling of lightheadedness passes, and I return to another unworldly school. That other unworldly school. The blue door is nowhere to be found, as if it had never been there to begin with. I look up. I still don't understand what my own trial is supposed to be. But, for some reason, my mind has cleared up a bit. Okay, not here. Like here. I would